So I just woke up and over there on the TV screen that was left on overnight, I was watching UFC fights last night. The little screensaver just a few seconds ago was showing it was showing like a shoreline, and it was showing the ocean, and it was completely flat. And I'm just like, haha, it's flat. Look at this, showing a flat, whatever, you know. And it's just like I was just thinking, like it's just so bizarre that we live on a spinning ball, but there's like no evidence that we live on a spinning ball. Like it's just weird. Now I'm not saying there is no evidence, but there's no direct experiential evidence. Like you can't look out on the ocean and see curvature. Like from left to right, you're not going to see curvature. Allegedly, you will see curvature. Well, you won't even see curvature. You'll see the effects of curvature if you see a ship sailing into the horizon and the bottom disappears first. But then you get into the whole, is that just, perspective causing that illusion? What is actually causing it? And, I mean, the debate rages forever onward. But it's just weird to me that we live on a spinning ball, but we have no actual, like you'd think that if we lived on a spinning ball, there would be clear evidence that we lived on a spinning ball. But it's just interesting to me that there's like no evidence we live in a spinning ball. Like no direct experiential evidence. Like you can't even get on the highest mountaintop and notice curvature. Like I think mathematically, if the earth is a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, not even being on the highest mountaintop, not even that is high enough to notice any curvature. That's how high you have to be to notice the goddamn curvature. And I'm just like, man, at what, like, I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, it's just, first of all, that's just weird. It's just a little weird to me. It's just a little weird. Like, I don't know, you'd think if you lived on a spinning ball, you'd think that there would be just clear evidence that you lived on a spinning ball. It wouldn't be so hard to find it. Not even, you can't even climb the highest mountain. Imagine somebody's like, I'm going to climb the highest mountain, and I'm going to discover the true shape of the earth once and for all. And this guy treks up the mountain and he climbs for weeks or months. And finally, after this intense journey, he reaches the peak. He turns around, he looks down, and it still looks flat as far as the eye can fucking see. Like, not even climbing the highest peak could give you an insight into the true nature of the globe that we live on. I don't know. What's weird to me, guys, is that I spent my whole life believing that the earth was a globe, that we were spinning balls, careening through the cosmos coincidentally with no set purpose. It's just random. It's just coincidence. It's just a big empty void of pointless chance. I believe that with no evidence. I believe that because the intellectual authorities told me to. I believe that because other people told me it was the truth. And I believed it on the basis of faith, pure blind faith. I literally took other people's word for it. And I've spent my entire life believing in the heliocentric model, believing in the mainstream cosmology, without questioning it, without experimenting, without researching, blindly believing in it. So I have a question. Why can't I just believe in a flat earth? All of my senses and all of my experiences tell me I live on a flat stationary earth. Okay? And the truth is, I've actually done more technically I've done more experiments indicating that the earth is flat than I have any experiments indicating that the earth is a globe. Now you might say that just because, well, Chris, why don't you go do some experiments to prove the earth is a globe? Well, technically I did do an experiment and the results were consistent. And again, it was an informal experiment. It wasn't like, didn't have like a control group or anything like that crazy, super rigorous. But I took a pair of binoculars out to the bay. I pointed it at a lighthouse 13.8 miles away, and the lighthouse looked to be almost completely visible. It wasn't missing it wasn't obscured by the horizon by as much as it's supposed to be obscured by the horizon. given all the curvature calculations. So again, my whole life I believed in a globe model purely on blind faith, purely because other people told me to believe it, and I didn't question it. And then on the other hand, you have my direct experience, what I can see and what I can feel, an informal little flat earth experiment that I did where I could see the fucking lighthouse, even though it was supposed to be obscured by like fucking 60 feet, 60, 70 feet of a 95-foot tall lighthouse was supposed to be missing, and it wasn't. And my question is, what difference does it make if I believe it's a globe or if I believe it's flat at this point? Because if I were to believe it's flat, it's almost like I have more direct evidence that the Earth is flat and stationary than I have evidence that it's a globe. And I believed in the globe my whole life on the basis of blind faith. So my question is, which one of those two is the more empirical scientific belief system based on actual evidence? So honestly, if I decided right now to say I'm officially a flat earther, I believe that the Earth is flat and probably stationary, honestly, that would be more evidence-based a conclusion based on my direct experience than believing the Earth is a globe. Again, which is, the globe is what I believed in my entire life on the basis of blind faith. So, just, I don't even know. At this point, it's ridiculous. That's all I want to say. There it is. It's kind of showing right now. That wasn't the same picture. That's a different one. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Check out the links below. You won't regret it. Check those links out and take care.